Are you noticing that there is an unfolding that is giving you what you're looking for?
Yes.
And does it make any difference who sits in the chair? Oh, it's you.
Hello. Is that close enough? First of all, I'm so happy to be here. It's been, well, I've been listening and reading and everything, well, for a long time now. And I think...
Feeling, listening, reading, feeling, resonating. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm in, you know, I feel like I've felt the power of the universe. I've been there.
You are there.
And I am, yes, I feel it now. I suppose my question, I hope it helps other people as well. It's got to do with procrastination. And it also sits back on, well, what we've heard earlier. When we were talking about unfolding, this is just probably a perfect timing for my question.
It is.
Procrastination. So,
procrastination is...
What is procrastination?
Procrastination
really?
is the opposite of momentum. Procrastination is the wisdom to not try to force something that you're not vibrationally ready for. Because if you'd done the energy work, you'd be feeling it.
Yeah.
But what procrastination is what aligned people do when they're not in alignment. You don't try to force it. You don't try to make it happen. You understand that there's not enough action in the world to compensate for energy that's not moving.
Yes, I feel it.
Didn't you like how that just took you off the hook? Unless you're procrastinating about lining up your energy.
Yeah, I do find that sometimes I am procrastinating about lining up.
But so what would
why?
be
What
would be the reason for that? The reason for that is you are comfortable with negative emotion.
Oh, really?
Well, less comfortable all along, but that has to be because if there is momentum, and there is, and if you're not in the flow of it, and when you're procrastinating you're not, then it must mean that you've introduced resistance into the stream. And if you have, then you're feeling negative emotion, and is not the feeling of procrastination. What does the procrastination feel like? Does it feel like frisky?
No,
does it feel like pride? What is procrastination? Let's put an emotional description around it.
It feels like you're stopped in time, almost like
procrastination feels like stuck. It feels like no momentum. It feels like I need to try harder. It feels like effort.
Exactly.
It feels like going about it the hard way. It feels like not utilizing the energy that creates worlds. And
that's exactly how it feels like.
Our favorite procrastination story. Jerry said to Esther, "You need to order the airline tickets because the longer you wait, the more they cost." And Esther said, I know, it's on the list. You need to order the airline tickets because the longer you wait, the more they cost, and the fewer options we have in seats. I know, it's on the list. She could not make herself place the call. She just couldn't make herself place the call. She wanted to please Jerry more than life itself, but she couldn't make herself place the call. Then one night, days later, she put herself in her bed, and all of a sudden she had such an impulse to place that call. She called the airline that they have frequent flyer miles with, and the woman said, "How can I help you?" And Esther told her, "I have about 10 flights I'd like to book." And the woman said, "All right, let's see what we've got." And then she said, "Oh my goodness, 5 minutes ago these flights were not here. Oh my goodness, 5 minutes ago this flight was not here. Oh my goodness." And in a fraction of the time that it usually takes to book 1 or 2 tickets, Esther booked 10 tickets because she waited for the feeling of alignment before she took the action, you see. Now, if Jerry had really been haranguing her, or if Esther had really been feeling guilty, she never would have found that alignment. But she found it on the heels of other positive thoughts, you see. So our encouragement to you is don't make yourself do anything that you don't want to do. And you worry that that would bring the economy to a stop. But we promise you it would not. It would become more robust than ever if you were making your actions because of the momentum of aligned energy, instead of trying to compensate for misaligned energy with action. That's how you sort of get in the habit of that. You work harder than you're supposed to work because you're bucking current that you haven't cleaned up, and then you feel more discouraged, and it's sort of a cycle. So next time you find yourself saying, why am I procrastinating? Instead, reach for some aligning words. Go general about it. What might you say? This must not be a good time. Things are always working out for me. When the time is right, I'll feel it. I really do want to get this done. I want to do inspired action. I know that my inner being is aware of what the path of least resistance is. There's no virtue in the path of great resistance. Everything in nature flows with the path of least resistance. Everything flows. Gravity is about the flowing with the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Everything is about the path of least resistance. Everything in nature is all about the path of least resistance. Why have I been so hard on myself?
Why am I being so hard on myself? I shouldn't, because I know. I intellectually, I know.
We'll tell you how you got this habit. It's because somebody else felt like they needed you to do something so that they would feel better. That's usually how it happens. That's how you sort of got trained into that.
Yeah.
And so you try to please them rather than aligning with your source. And if they knew the path, it would be one thing, but they don't. They don't know your path. But your inner being does, you see.
Yes.
Not good to know. So have we just turned you all into lazy people? The leverage of alignment trumps everything. It trumps everything.
I've experienced that.
The leverage of alignment trumps everything. And so as you make yourself do fewer things out of requirement, and you feel the inspiration of wanting to do them, you're going to discover that the cooperative universe just makes it easier and easier and easier and easier and easier. And ease is a good thing. Ease is the path of least resistance. Stepping on that path, you reach the point where you can not only feel when you've stepped onto your path because of the power of it, you can feel when you've stepped off of it. You can feel when you are in resistance or not in resistance. Do you believe that you're an extension of source energy?
Absolutely.
Do you believe that the source within you knows who you are, who you really are? Do you believe that the source within you is the vibrational version of all that you have become?
Yes.
Do you believe that your inner being is pulsing that vibration constantly?
Yes.
Do you believe that if you're not doing that thing you do that is resisting it, that you'll feel that calling?
Yeah.
Do you understand that that calling is the opposite of procrastination?
Yes.
So that the feeling of procrastination is really stepping off your path, or Esther had an experience that was so powerful not long ago where she thought she was moving forward to something and she became paralyzed. It wasn't just like procrastination. It was like walls were presenting themselves for her to climb over or under or around. And then she thought, oh, wait, this doesn't feel like my path of least resistance. This feels like trying to make something happen that must not be in my vortex. And that's exactly what it feels like, you see. So how do you get to this place where you believe that just doing something is better than doing nothing? Because it isn't. It isn't. Just doing it for the sake of doing it. Have you ever just tried to stay busy so that those around you would think well of you? Don't want to chill. Don't want to look too comfortable. They'll think you're lazy. So if someone accuses you of that, what are you doing? Say, the real work. I'm doing the real work. What are you doing? I'm doing what really counts. What are you doing? I don't see you doing anything. I'm aligning with an energy stream that is powerful. But what are you doing? I don't see you doing anything. That's because you don't do this, you be this. This sounds like an excuse to just be lazy. What it is the path to everything that I want. Come sit by me. Come sit by me and find the path. I'll show you the way to everything you want. I'll show you the way. Oh yeah, it really looks like you're going places. No, I'm not going anywhere. Everything is coming to me. Everything is coming to me.